Either Akpabio or Natasha, none of them have, since the commencement of this Senate, none of them has shown that they are against the anti-people policy of the Tinubu regime. None of them. When Bola Ahmed Tinubu removed fuel subsidy, none of them opposed it. They supported it. But we must not get carried away by thinking that these people are fighting for us. They are not. They are fighting for themselves. All the time that they've shared cars in the National Assembly, we did not hear fight. The time they've shared money and budgetary allocation, we did not hear fight. Let her bring forward the evidence so that we can help her. After all, the media we can help amplify the matter. You understand? So this is another issue that I think, another way that I think she can get justice in the matter, by amplifying the messages and other issues. After all, she said there are witnesses, although some of the witnesses have denied. They said that nothing of such happened. After all, he who alleges must prove. Why are you protecting the man?
Don't you just love Deji Adeyanju? If Deji Adeyanju does not have a place in your heart after this video and you're subscribed to my channel, please do well to unsubscribe. But before you do that, I'd encourage you to see this video to the end, and then you can make your decision. And whatever you decide is fine by me, right? The internet is a free space. We all come to air our opinion. Whatever you bring to the internet, we are definitely liable to have our opinions about them, though often in a respectful way, so we don't end up disrespecting anyone. So Deji Adeyanju, you are the real G. You see this case between Senator Natasha Akpoti and Senator Godswill Akpabio, the Senate President. I sympathize with Natasha because yes, it's possible that may have happened, even though you have not given us any concrete evidence to back up your claims. Just like Barrister Deji Adeyanju said, he who alleges must prove, right? But even at that, there are more important things in the country for us to look at. So many things are happening. We know we are in Nigeria where the law is not working on a lot of grounds. We don't even understand what's happening. We don't even know where the country will be in the next 1 year. You can imagine tax reform bills. They're about passing it, but everybody's talking about Natasha and Godswill Akpabio. You can imagine this young member that have come to cry out that they are threatening her left, right, center. Everybody's talking about Senator Natasha and Senator Godswill Akpabio. So it's just funny. And we all know how our politicians are. Most of the times they even behave like they don't even have our interest at heart. Because when all these bills are being passed, we do not hear that, oh, this person stood up against it. When they sent prayers to their mailboxes, people were not complaining. When they were buying cars, they were not complaining. Now that they are changing seats, we are now hearing fight here and there. Why is it that whenever there is a fight in the Senate, it is never about anything that will benefit the ordinary Nigerians who are suffering? Because everybody in Nigeria is suffering right now, including those that used to be rich. They are not rich again. Because if you have a Range Rover Sport and then you drive it across one state, you know how much you have spent on fuel. Most of the challenges you have right now resulted from the removal of fuel subsidy. Now, they move goods from one location to the next. The price is unbelievable because, of course, the persons that moved fueled their vehicles. So, please again, let's look at the video and the breakdown of all the analysis Barrister Deji Adeyanju have done. And of course, the first time we even heard about Barrister Deji Adeyanju was because of Very Dark Man. We know he's Very Dark Man's lawyer, and a lot of you Nigerians like Very Dark Man. I agree with some of his analysis. I don't agree with some. I will always say that when I talk about Very Dark Man, he's a cool guy. I like him. And then that was where we started hearing, for me, that was where I started hearing about Deji Adeyanju. But after this video, you're going to see, man, if you don't fall in love with him, then you need a heart transplant. So please do well again to leave your thoughts in the comment section after seeing this video to the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to our humble office. The reason why we are gathered here today is to discuss some of the topical issues raging in the country. I wish that more attention is focused to the plight of ordinary Nigerians. You know, the suffering people of Nigeria. Nigerians are now having to pay more taxes. Nigerians are now having to pay more for streaming, for electricity. Electricity is now more expensive than house rent. Electricity is more expensive than house rent, but people are not showing concern. But I'm going to raise it in the issues at the ongoing in the Senate. So basically, we have become aware of the happenings in the Senate between Senator Akpabio and Senator Natasha Akpoti. This issue has taken a lot of people have expressed their views about these issues. My public view on the issue is already known. But you see, one thing that I want to draw the attention, one of the reasons why I said let me air my view on this is that I saw a group did a statement. I think some group a few days ago to say that they are going to shut down Nigeria over the issue, that they want to do some blockades over the issue, and that the group tried to make it a north and a southern issue. And I felt I needed to air my view about that this is not a north versus south issue. This is an issue between two senators who have, none of them, either Akpabio or Natasha, none of them have, since the commencement of this Senate, none of them has shown that they are against the anti-people policy of the Tinubu regime. None of them. When Bola Ahmed Tinubu removed fuel subsidy, none of them opposed it. They supported it. When Bola Ahmed government increased electricity tariff by almost more than 300%, none of them opposed it. When they increased telecom tariff recently, none of them opposed it. When all the IMF World Bank loans, none of them opposed it. And why is it that even when during the issue that Ali Ndume was raising, I think Ali Ndume was criticizing the APC government and his party, none of them also opposed it. When Ningi raised the issue of budget padding, one would have expected that the PDP senators, the Labour Party senators, the NMPP senators will have said something, will have stood in support of Ningi, but none of them did. So you have seen a situation where, yes, I know that this issue is very concerning to me personally and to many Nigerians, and that the idea of what the Senate has done and the way they have done it, especially as regards to the Ethics Committee, very shameful indeed, extremely shameful. But we must not get carried away by thinking that these people are fighting for us. They are not. They are fighting for themselves. Again, you can see that the Senate itself is behind the suspension of Natasha. The Senate supports Akpabio in suspending her, and they are united. And do you know why they are united in her suspension? The reason why they are united is because they have a common interest. You remember that they send mails to them. I don't want you to hear from me what the mails is all about. You remember now that they said they should check your mail. So there's always something in the mail. And that is why they were unanimous in suspension of Ningi, unanimous in suspension of Ndume, unanimous in suspension of Natasha now. I have spoken to many of the senators. And these are opposition senators, because I can never speak to ruling party senators. Many of the opposition senators are happy that Natasha was suspended. The reason that they gave was that she got a committee that she did not deserve, which is, the lucrative local content committee. And they are, again, maybe it's out of envy or competition, these things. It's about political survival. Now, why will she be given that committee, that local content committee? Why didn't they give it to a ranking member or a former governor? Do you understand? Former governor even told me, who is in the Senate, told me that, Haba, why will you go and give that kind of committee to the lady? And you now subsequently went to go and collect it back. And it is true. If you knew that you were not going to leave her in the committee, why did you give her the position? You understand? And that is why it looks like as if it is witch hunting. Do you understand? The issues she has raised, the committee ought to have sat, listened to both parties. Do you understand? The Senate President ought to have recused himself, sincerely recused himself from presiding over that matter. After all, it has happened in this country before, where Saraki, Saraki was accused of buying bulletproof vehicles. He recused himself and allowed the Deputy Senate President to preside over the plenary. And even though if they wanted to do the RNG, yes, if he had recused himself, they would still have gotten the same result. But it will look more tidy, which was what the then Saraki Senate did. But these people behave anyhow. And the truth of the matter is now that the matter is in court. And this is what I had advised Natasha. That Natasha should go to court. After all, there was an order that was given. She should go to court and seek redress in court. For me, I believe that the matter is becoming more or less like a distraction. Because a lot of things are happening. They have just passed the tax reform bill in the House of Reps. And you see that nobody is talking about it. Everybody is focused on this matter. And I can assure you that it is deliberate. They are going to soon pass the tax reform bill in the Senate. And we will still be talking about Akpabio and Natasha. So I believe that, yes, the matter has been overflogged. I believe that parties should go to court and resolve their matters in court. And we should focus, Nigerians should focus on tax reform bill and see how we can galvanize and see how to stop the tax reform bill from being passed. It's more important than this Natasha issue. The posers that I have asked is, when all this anti-people policy of the Tinubu government was taking place, why didn't these senators that are now fighting over the allegation of sexual harassment, the allegation of, oh, she's embarrassing the Senate, the culture of silence and everything, why didn't two of them, why didn't they oppose the anti-people policy? All the time that they've shared cars in the National Assembly, we did not hear fight. The time they've shared money and budgetary allocation, we did not hear fight. We are now hearing fight. Again, I also sincerely feel that Senator Natasha has made these allegations that the Senate President tried to sexually harass her. I also think that Senator Natasha should, as a matter of, since they have refused to give her fair hearing in the Senate, let her make public, credible evidence to back up the claim. It's very easy. The man has said, it's a lie. I did not do anything to her. So if there are messages, maybe, oh, please come over to so place, reveal them, expose the man. Do you understand? After all, he who alleges must prove. Why are you protecting the man? If it is true that, for instance, if somebody harasses me in this office, if the person harasses me and I try to get justice here and I'm not getting justice, let her bring forward the evidence so that we can help her. After all, the media we can help amplify the matter. You understand? So this is another issue that I think, another way that I think she can get justice in the matter, by amplifying the messages and other issues. After all, she said there are witnesses, although some of the witnesses have denied. They said that nothing of such happened. I think one of the witnesses was Iziba Midele. He said the thing never happened. So, but if she has other witnesses and other things, let her bring it forward so that we can help her fight, the good fight. But sincerely speaking, I think we should focus on other issues. There is a boy in Adamawa that has been sentenced to death by hanging. It's more important than Akpabio and Natasha issue. It's more important. I can tell you for a fact that boy needs clemency. I was just on AIT this morning to talk about the boy. I went to AIC for an advocacy. I think the media needs to give the boy the coverage, similar coverage that this Akpabio and Natasha matter is gathering. I sincerely believe that in doing so, because, after this now, you'll be shocked. They will bring up another issue. It's like that. It's like 1 week, one distraction. So I feel that, we should focus on things that directly affect the people, and anti-Tinubu policies, anti-government policies, and there are a lot of them, and they are happening simultaneously in various places. The effect of this tax reform bill on low-income, middle-class earners and the nation as a whole, it's going to be highly felt by everybody. Yes, I know that people are extremely very emotional when issues that Natasha has raised. I'm extremely concerned. I sincerely and critically want her to get justice, and I want her to get closure of some sort. but she has to bring more than she has currently offered. Since the Senate, I think they passed a vote of confidence on Akpabio. Was it not yesterday? They permanently shut the door on. They permanently shut the door on her. So let her come to the public. If there is evidence, bring it out. If not, it's going to be tagged as his word against her word against his word. So there's no way that somebody will do this thing alone, especially since she has said that she didn't go alone. There were people there. Do you understand? So it is time for her to come forward with the evidence, and let's see how we can collectively help her. So this is my initial take. I'll be waiting for the questions. Thank you.
We're growing a beautiful community around here, a wonderful one that gives you the gist as it's happening. I know you like me, I like you too. I know you love me, I love you too. So please do well to subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, and whenever I upload the next video, you'll get notified. Cheers and have a nice day. Ciao. See you in my next one.